Ever struggled with cooking different meals for different dietary preferences in your family? It's a common challenge, isn't it? Juggling the needs of vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and raw food enthusiasts all under one roof can feel like a culinary circus act. But fret not. This video aims to help you manage this task with ease, providing tips and tricks to accommodate these varied food journeys without losing your sanity. So, brace yourself and stay with us as we navigate the culinary world of diverse diets. Before we dive into the cooking part, let's understand what these dietary preferences mean. A vegan diet excludes all animal products, including meat, dairy, eggs, and even honey. People choose veganism for a variety of reasons, such as environmental concerns or animal welfare. Next, we have vegetarianism. Like vegans, vegetarians don't eat meat. However, they may consume animal byproducts like eggs and dairy. Vegetarianism can be a stepping stone towards veganism or a standalone dietary choice, often motivated by health, ethical, or environmental reasons. Pescatarian is another term you may have come across. Pescatarians consume a diet similar to vegetarians, but they also include seafood. The reasons for choosing a pescatarian diet can include health benefits, ethical concerns about factory farming, or simply a love for seafood. Lastly, let's talk about raw food diets. This diet primarily consists of unprocessed, whole foods that are not heated above a certain temperature, usually around 118 degrees Fahrenheit. The idea is that heating food can destroy its nutrients and natural enzymes, which is bad because enzymes boost digestion and fight chronic disease. These 4 dietary preferences, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, and raw food, are all unique in their own ways. They're shaped by a variety of motivations, be it health, ethics, personal taste, or a combination of these factors. Now that we've defined these diets, let's look at how to prepare meals that cater to each one. The key to managing different dietary needs is effective meal planning. It's like the compass that steers the ship of your kitchen through the choppy waters of diverse food preferences. Think of it as a 3-step process: understanding nutritional needs, considering personal preferences, and ensuring variety. Firstly, let's talk about nutritional needs. Every dietary journey, be it vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, or raw food, has its unique nutritional profile. For instance, vegans need to ensure adequate protein from plant sources, while pescatarians should monitor their omega-3 fatty acid intake. Do a bit of research or consult a nutritionist to understand these needs better. Next, we move on to personal preferences. Remember, just because someone's a vegan doesn't mean they love all vegetables. The same goes for pescatarians and fish. So it's essential to factor in individual likes and dislikes while planning meals. The third aspect is variety. Let's face it, even the most delicious meal can become monotonous if repeated too often. Try to mix things up. Experiment with different cuisines, cooking styles, and ingredients. Now here's a handy tip for you. Many meals can be adapted to suit different diets with simple substitutions. For example, a classic spaghetti bolognese can be made vegan by replacing the meat with lentils or mushrooms. Similarly, a vegetarian stir-fry can be made pescatarian by adding shrimp. Planning meals also involves strategizing your grocery shopping. Make a list of ingredients that cater to all diets in your family. Staples like grains, fruits, and vegetables are common to all diets. Then you can add specific items like tofu for vegans, cheese for vegetarians, and fish for pescatarians. Remember, meal planning is not a chore, but an art. It's about embracing the diversity of tastes and creating a symphony of flavors that cater to everyone's palate. With a solid meal plan, half your battle is won. Now, let's get down to cooking. Cooking for vegans and vegetarians can be a creative endeavor. It's not just about removing meat from meals, but about embracing a world of vibrant fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. And trust me, there's more to it than just salads. Let's dive into some basic recipes that can be easily adapted for vegans and vegetarians. How about a hearty lentil soup? Start with a base of sautéed onions, garlic, and carrots. Add in a cup of dried lentils, vegetable broth, and your favorite spices. Let it simmer until the lentils are tender, and voila, you've crafted a protein-packed meal that's sure to satisfy. Or perhaps you're craving some comfort food. Let's talk about tofu lasagna. Just replace traditional lasagna meat with crumbled tofu sautéed with onions, garlic, and tomato sauce. Layer it with lasagna noodles, vegan cheese, and a homemade tomato sauce. Bake it until bubbly and golden, and there you have it, a vegan twist on an Italian classic. Don't forget about seitan, a versatile protein source made from wheat gluten. It has a meaty texture that's perfect for stews, stir-fries, or even barbecued kebabs. Just marinate it in your favorite sauce, cook it up, and enjoy. But let's not limit ourselves to these protein sources. There's a wide array of legumes, nuts, seeds, and grains that can provide the necessary nutrients. Chickpeas can be turned into a creamy hummus, black beans into a spicy chili, or quinoa into a filling salad. And here's a tip. Many vegan and vegetarian dishes can be made in bulk and stored for future meals. So don't hesitate to cook a big pot of lentil soup or a large tray of tofu lasagna. They freeze well and can be easily reheated for a quick and nutritious meal. Remember, variety is the spice of life, even in vegan and vegetarian cooking. So, don't be afraid to experiment with different ingredients, flavors, and cuisines. After all, the joy of cooking lies in the adventure of creating something delicious and nourishing, right? Scene script. Next up, we have pescatarians and those on raw food diets. Let's dive into the world of pescatarians first. Pescatarians are individuals who refrain from eating meat, but include fish and other forms of seafood in their diet. It's like vegetarianism, but with an aquatic twist. When cooking for pescatarians, the ocean is your oyster. Pun intended. You have an array of delectable seafood at your disposal, from succulent salmon to tasty tuna, and from scrumptious shrimp to mouth-watering mussels. However, it's important to remember that not all seafood is created equal. Sourcing sustainable seafood is crucial to ensure the health of our oceans. Look for labels that certify the seafood as sustainably caught or raised. Also, remember that variety is the spice of life. Don't just stick to one type of fish, explore the entire seafood counter. Now let's turn our attention to those who follow a raw food diet. This diet is exactly as it sounds. It mainly consists of uncooked and unprocessed foods. While this might sound limiting, it actually opens up a whole new world of culinary creativity. Think beyond the usual fruit salad. There are numerous ways to make raw food exciting. For instance, try a refreshing gazpacho, a cold Spanish soup made with raw vegetables. Or how about a vibrant rainbow salad with a tangy lemon and olive oil dressing? Don't forget about smoothies and juices. They can pack in a lot of nutrition and flavor in a single glass. When it comes to raw food, freshness is key. Always use the freshest produce you can find, as it's going to be the star of the dish. Moreover, don't be afraid to use herbs and spices. They can transform a simple salad into a gastronomic delight. Cooking for pescatarians and raw food enthusiasts might seem like a challenge at first. But once you dive in, you'll find that these diets offer a whole new world of flavors, textures, and culinary experiences waiting to be explored. As you can see, these diets offer a plethora of exciting culinary adventures. Cooking for diverse diets doesn't have to be a daunting task. The journey we've taken today has shown us that with a little planning and understanding, we can cater to all dietary preferences, be it vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, or raw food. Let's take a moment to recap the key points we've covered. We started by understanding dietary preferences, learning the nuances between vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, and raw food diets, and how they each bring a different palette of flavors and nutrients to the table. Next, we delved into meal planning. We discovered that a well-thought-out meal plan can be a lifesaver, especially when catering to a variety of dietary needs. It helps to organize your week, reduce waste, and ensure everyone's dietary preferences are considered. We then explored cooking for vegans and vegetarians and learned that there's a world of delicious plant-based recipes out there waiting to be discovered. We saw how experimenting with different ingredients like tofu, lentils, and a rainbow of vegetables can create mouth-watering dishes that even meat lovers will enjoy. Following that, we dived into the world of pescatarians and raw foodists. We learned that cooking for these diets is about more than just fish and uncooked food. It's about embracing the freshness of ingredients and celebrating the natural flavors they bring. Now, as we wrap up, here are a few final tips to make your culinary journey smoother. Consider batch cooking. It saves time and ensures there's always something ready to eat. A slow cooker can be a game changer. It allows flavors to meld together beautifully and creates dishes that are easy to portion and serve according to dietary preferences. And finally, don't underestimate the power of freezer meals. They can be a real lifesaver on those busy days when time is scarce. Remember, the goal is to nourish and delight no matter the diet. Happy cooking!